Boom. We are live, folks. We are live, and it's a Wednesday night. So, you know what that means? That means the Wrasslin for Life Network is back at it again. We're going to roll through 2+ hours of Aew Dynamite tonight. It's going to be a good night. Mark Briscoe in action. MJF's going to be here. We're going to talk to Adam Cole. There's a lot to get into, lots to talk about. Plus, Ring of Honor, March 2nd, Thursday. We're going to see what happens there. But, folks, we got Dynamite, your alternative commentary to all the wrestling, live, ready to go. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live. We are back at it. I see the chat already filling up. So, folks, welcome to a Wednesday night. Congratulations. You got another day in the books. I hope you're feeling happy. I hope you're feeling well. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And we're going to cap it off with AEW Dynamite tonight. Live reaction, lots to talk about, always controversial on a Wednesday because, mixed emotions, mixed feelings. But, folks, thank you for being here again. Dynamite is kicking off, and the show is in memory of Mr. Jarrett, and his son is coming out to open the show. So we're getting Jeff Jarrett kicking off the show with Jay Lethal. So there you go. Another touching moment, you would imagine, except they're healing it up on the way out of the gate tonight. But yes. So yeah, Jeff Jarrett, again, business. The show must go on. Obviously, he's probably having a very challenging week. And I know there was a good stretch there where him and his father were a bit estranged. They reunited in, I believe, 2015, and now here they are. Jeff is in AEW, and he's here showing up tonight to perform, even though he suffered a great loss this week. And again, one of the biggest or most influential people in all of, especially territory wrestling. I mean, what they did in Memphis, and of course, Jeff and his father starting Impact Wrestling as well. I mean, outstanding legacy to leave behind. But right now, I got Orange Cassidy and his buddy Danhausen making their way to the ring, folks. And we'll see. Oh, here come the Acclaimed. Former champions. Something we got to talk about tonight. But yes, let's see what the chat is. Victor's back, and he says, breaking news. Ring of Honor television will air on March 2nd. Yeah, I mean, again, great, but it's just, I'm torn, Victor. It's bittersweet. You want to see Ring of Honor. I think you were better off making Ring of Honor your Friday show on national television, opposed to streaming it directly to Honor Club. That's just my take. However, we get a weekly Ring of Honor show. We'll see what Tony does. I miss Caster's rap, so if anything was funny in that, folks, let me know. Get it in there. Damien, welcome back. Jack, welcome back. Boss Monster, welcome back as well. Scissor me. And Daddy Ass still on board. So, again, are you surprised that the Acclaimed are no longer your tag champions? Are you surprised that Billy did not turn? Are you surprised that the Ass Boys now have the gold? It's a wonderful time to be a wrestling fan. Boss Monster, I could not agree more. Welcome back, Jack. Boss Monster's in the house. Reach for the sky. Yes, I'm looking forward to this. Mark Briscoe versus Josh Woods. I'm all about it. Let's go. Mark's going to take on Woodsy, as he likes to call him. So, yes, folks, I'm looking forward to this matchup. I personally think that Mark should get a substantial push, especially with the return of Ring of Honor on March 2nd. That's a good time. March 2nd for Mark Briscoe to take that belt off Claudio. Why not start something new with Ring of Honor with one of the faces that have been there from the beginning? Why not, under the circumstances, give Mark his, a nod to Mark? And again, let him be the face. I think Mark Briscoe should take that belt from Claudio as soon as possible. March 2nd sounds pretty good, but this should be a good match. I know Mark and Josh are familiar, again, from Ring of Honor days. Josh, the former multiple belt holder in Ring of Honor. So, yeah, I like Josh Woods, but we'll see. I think he's in tough tonight. We also have a tornado tag tonight. Wardlow talks with Jim Ross. Adam Cole talks with Renee Paquette. And as I mentioned, Briscoe takes on Josh Woods. MJF also. We'll see how many people can call the cops because of MJF this week. We'll see. Okay, I know you guys cover some indies promotions, but can I make a request for a promotion for you guys to cover? Not sure. I can ask. You can ask, Clinton. We're always open to suggestion. Generally, if you're curious, and Damien, I think, knows this very well, we always kind of base it on the cards. So if we get a good card, we'll show up for a good card, regardless of who's putting it on. But yeah, it all depends on availability. If we can get to it and watch it and the card sounds decent, we'll show up. By the way, folks, get your predictions in. We got an 8-man tag right now. Jack's got the Acclaimed. So we get the Acclaimed with Billy and Orange Cassidy against Jarrett, Singh, Lethal, and Sanjay. There you go. Billy calling for the tag. He went, OC taking it. Billy calling for the tag and OC taking it away. So now we got OC standing face to chest. I don't know what that means, but that's all we're getting right now. WrestleCade, they really don't get enough credit. WrestleCade does good shows. Again, it would be a matter of when, where, and what's on it. Like if they can stack one up, we'll tune in. But yeah, you're not wrong, Clinton. Very familiar with WrestlingCade, so lost their titles, and I didn't even know. Juice, it happened. They lost straight out. I'm curious what everyone else out there thinks. But yeah, no, they lost the titles. Shockingly lost their titles. And again, I think some of us assumed, the Ass Boys are here. Threatening to do scissors, instead telling everyone to suck it, which is stealing 2 gimmicks. And we get the asshole chants from the crowd. What's up, Juice? How you doing tonight? Hilarious. There you go. Nope. Juice got flagged. Just unflag that real quick. There we go. Now we got Jarrett in the ring. Billy down. There you go. Nothing but love here on the channel, folks. If you're just tuning in for the first time, remember, like, subscribe, and share. Share with everybody. Let everybody you know about the Wrasslin for Life Network. We do this all the time. Right now, you got my pretty face. I don't even know if I introduced myself tonight, but let's say I did. Just in case I didn't, I am KJ White, and Big Nick and Cliff, and I get Big Nick and CJ up on the wall behind me, but big shout out to the boys. Gonna ask the question of the day. Ooh, coming out the gates quick, JV. The hallway, the stairwell, the dungeon, the boiler room. Where will the next interview be? The bathroom, the roof. Man, they find some awkward places to do interviews. And for the longest time, we were trying to figure out why the Hardy office was apparently in the stairwell of whatever building they were in that particular evening. Yeah, we do. I think last week we had some interviews like just on pallets, just hanging out in the back. I'm assuming JR will be in a chair and it'll be a nice professional interview. I don't know. I mean, to your point, JV, all over the goddamn place. I don't know where the next one's going to be, but we'll be here to laugh about it. That's for sure. One break coming up. All right. JEFFJARRET. Jeff Jarrett. It's so funny to see the career of Jeff Jarrett. And I know Nick always jokes like, broke a ton of guitars, never drew a dime. And it's just a weird thing. Like, I was more fond of Jeff Jarrett than a lot of other people. I didn't hate him. I still don't hate him. I think Jeff Jarrett was a talented guy. And as a heel, I thought he was good. When he went to like the slap nuts and the spiked hair, he was much better. Now that I got to see him in his older years, I'm really disappointed that I have to do that. But I guess he's in there. I mean, and Dynamite known for like hot starts and hot shotting their starts of their shows. Other than the fact that letting Jarrett come out first when the show is in honor of his father makes sense. There you go. Last seen Leafs winning 2-1. Mike Clayton, thank you for the update. My Leafs are doing all right. But it's hard to get excited. I mean, you worry about those playoffs, Mike. We might have to tune in. If the Leafs make it to, past the first round, maybe we'll do a hockey live stream. I'll make Nick sit through that. Tony Dungeon, where is he keeping Miro? Miro is just, the Redeemer has been redeemed apparently, and I mean on a kayfabe. Oh, lethal! Wow. Oh, Caster responds. Now, no, I mean it's Miro's MIA. I don't know where he is. I love Miro. I like what he does in the ring. Oh, Sanjay eating an orange punch. No, we're getting a WhatsApp. Again, a little bit. I guess this is the. Oh, Jay not letting that happen. Not today. Billy in the ring with the big clothesline. All right. Billy to the second rope. And Jarrett breaks it up. So nobody's getting in on this. How long is Sanjay going to lay there like he's giving birth? Just staring up at Caster's business. How long's that going to happen for? Oh. All right. Cassidy giving a little love tap to the cooch. Oh, more humping. What is happening? And Jay Lethal comes in. Oh, hey. It's ridiculous. Scissor me timbers, folks. And that's the win. Holy shit, that was a contrived ending to that match. Woo-hoo-hoo. Anyone else watching that laughing? There you go. Now, some people have said, well, KJ, the Ass Boys have the belts and they got beef with FTR. What if that's what they're doing? Then isn't it great? No, it sucks. There is no positive. If you guys can give me a positive spin on the Ass Boys winning the belts, I'm all ears. But not one person yet has given me a compelling argument why the Ass Boys have the championship. And I'm not mad because, a heel won. That's ridiculous. How could the bad guys win? No. Heels, I don't give a shit about one. And when it happened, you didn't get boos. You didn't get people booing. You got silence. Oh, we got a group scissor going on. Pause. A 4-way scissor, folks. And that was the most energy that OC showed all night. There you go. So they're confirming right now that we are going to get Bryan Danielson, MJF, 60-minute Iron Man match at Revolution. Sign me up. Like, let's go on this now. Transition champs. There was no need for transition champs, though. Juice, the Acclaimed are hot. They're doing well. And if you were at a point where you said, okay, fine, Billy's going to turn on him and that's going to generate the heat. But they didn't do that. So it just fell flat as can be. And am I excited that the FTR is going to come back and take on the Ass Boys? No. Right now, I got a bloody Daniel Bryan cutting a very intense promo on Mr. MJF. And that match should be outstanding. MJF is contractually obligated to appear in Laredo. Now, we haven't talked since last week, I guess, on this particular show. But last week, MJF cut a promo. Now, some people in the chat that particular night said, you know what? That's too much. That's a lot. And sure enough, people phoned the cops. So that is one of the more bizarre things I've seen in a while. But over 300 people phoned the police. And here comes the BCC. So we're not wasting any time. We're going right into a tornado tag match. All right. AEW Rampage. This is a good one. We will be here Friday at 7 p.m., folks. AEW Rampage will be on early due to scheduling issues. Are they calling it Rampage Slam Dunk? Is that really what's happening? That's interesting. We'll figure that out. The BCCs. All right, folks. If you want to get your prediction in on the tornado match that's about to come up, we're all ears. Tony Khan, a little bit ago, announced the Lucha Bros tonight on Dynamite. Yes, I saw this announcement come out, Damian. Pretty pumped. I feel like we haven't seen them in a while since they lost the Trios belt. Might be accurate. Oh! Roosh and Vance just jump BCC, and we're off to the races. I got BCC. Damien's got BCC. Juice got BCC. Dale's got BCC. All right, folks. Who else you taking? Who you got? Let me know. We're going to pitcher and pitcher as they brawl in the stands. Dun, dun, dun. Do. All right, folks, get your predictions in. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Let me know how you're feeling tonight. Who do you got? Who you taking? Who do you think has the W as we get the BCC already brawling with Roosh, who I like? I'm not sure what they're doing with Roosh. He's one of the gentlemen that spent a lot of time hanging out in the stairwell. But we get Roosh, and then we got Vance. I mean, former Dark Order member, trying to make a heel turn, trying to make himself a little more relevant. I mean, he's a big dude. He's got a good look. Could he be something? So, folks, in the chat, while we're on Pitcher and Pitcher, let me know. What do you think of 10 becoming, unmasked, and now he's a heel? I don't know what he's trying to accomplish as far as his gimmick goes or who he is. Just a bit of a rich, snobby dude at this point. Holy smoke. I just say Post Malone commercial and for a second went, why are they letting Swerve? Not bad, JV. I definitely see the comparison there. Jason's going BCC. Mike's going BCC. Juice is pausing. Clinton's on it too. My wife always says I got B's. There you go. You folks. Anyway, keep in your mind where it belongs. The Blackpool Combat Club, which I mean has kind of been whittled down to we're friends when it's convenient. I mean, Brian's not really hanging around much. Yuta's in and out. Moxley's kind of by himself a lot. I don't know. Like, I mean, where do we go with it? Yes. John, clearly. Hope you're doing well, sir. Welcome back. Agronables. It took me a second, but I put it together. All right, good faction. Yes, they were. They were. I mean, now we need Rush to. There's so much more you can do. And I mean, you got to give Escobar credit for what he's done with his faction. I think it's been outstanding. There goes some love from the fam to the fam. I like it, folks. But yes, keep this chat going. Keep things live. And again, share the news. We are back tomorrow. Impact is back at it again. And we're going to talk a little bit of Impact Wrestling. We're going to have Luna Havoc back on. And we're going to discuss what's going on, folks. We're going to see how things are playing out on Thursdays as they head towards No Surrender. Friday doubleheader. Saturday's slowly turning into a triple header. So what? Yeah, what? We might be here all night Saturday. What? We have Elimination Chamber. What? Sorry, Nick, I know this is yours. What? But yeah, we will be here all night long Saturday night. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. We bring you Elimination Chamber live from Montreal, my neck of the woods. And we head into, there's a bit of an overlap between that and Battle in the Valley live from San Jose. And we might just stick around for a little bit of GCW, depending on how the vibe and the mood and everyone's feeling. But folks, do not miss out on Elimination Chamber. We can't wait. This one's going to be a good one. Lots of questions, lots of intrigue. We'll see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. Just going to retweet some shit. All right, so if you're keeping track at home right now, Moxley's down. Roosh and 10 are in control. I'm not quite sure where they dropped Cesaro off to. Getting some big asshole chants. Dun, dun, dun. They're talking about Jared and, his history, where they're talking about the bunkhouse brawls and again, what he did in Memphis, what he did with JR, what he, one of the most influential people, one of the longest surviving territory, I don't know, personalities, runners, presidents, owners, whatever you want to call it. He did it all. And he was one of the last ones when Vince was running around taking over everything. So which faction is better? LFI side in AEW or LIG side? They're both not. I like LFI better, Clinton. But yeah, I mean, I like to see them used better. See them a little bit more. More watts in honor of the Nick Man. I'm closer. Yeah, you are actually. You're on the doorstep, sir. WWE, what AEW, what New Japan, what Elimination Chamber, what. We cover it all, folks. It's ridiculous. They literally showed up on Super Bowl Sunday just because. Mox ain't bleeding yet. That's crazy in a fight like this. Now, it's a tornado tag. I didn't realize the tornado tag automatically meant no DQ. Am I wrong that tornado tags used to just be like no tagging? And that a no DQ tag match was something different. Am I being picky? But that's what I feel like used to be the case. Yes, Victor. Victor's excited. Oh, Hangman watching on. Yeah, weird matchup. Kip Sapien. Oh, there's Moxley flipping his bird again. The guy is fucking hilarious. Excuse my language. Heard about that, Victor Nash. All right. Rush reminds me a lot of Cybernetico and heavy metal. Yeah, I mean, does the comparison kind of slowly end at nationality? I kind of see where you're going with that, JV. Not bad, especially with Cybernetico. Correct. I like Orange Cassidy. Welcome, Alex. Some of us like Orange Cassidy. Some of us, you know, can take him in doses. Um, yeah, Orange Cassidy's a tough sell for me some days. How long is it going to take until John Moxley's bleeding? Longer than I expected, Damien. That's for sure. He's still not bleeding. He's sitting up against guardrail with Roosh after a tope. Here I come. And there Claudio goes to the outside. Moxley back up to the apron, biting the forehead. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dude, I'm curious. I gotta check it out. I'm a sucker for a good cooking show. When you grow up poor and you barely have cable, AAA covers your fix for wrestling. So I have a soft spot for both AAA and CMLL. All right, JV. I like that. I'm not even actually sure I totally knew that. Not bad. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Oh! The chair to Claudio as he goes up over the table. We're back to picture in picture, so no actual commercials during the tornado match. So I'll give him credit for that. I'm getting a commercial for Impractical Jokers, who, of course, we saw on AEW television lately. And, of course, it's Jericho. But we'll get into him later. I'm sure he'll be here. FTR contract over in April. Do they stay with AEW or do they return to WWE? Victor, I love this question, man. Listen, I would have told you a month ago, 100%. They were just taking a sabbatical so they can transition over to WWE. The presence of Vince might have changed that. The overall landscape might have changed that. And Moxley gets his color in picture. I mean, I guess that's their way of being like, we'll do it in picture so everybody in the world doesn't see this man cut his forehead open. And some people out there probably did see it. What the fuck is happening? I got John Cena dancing down the street during AEW. It's really confusing. Okay. What's Boost? And why is there a purple cow? We got Juice, not Juice Robinson. I wish we had Juice Robinson. I like Juice Robinson. Back to this question, Victor. I don't know if the FTR feels like Tony's going to treat them the way he should. They'll go back. That's the easiest thing, right? If you can actually turn FTR versus Young Bucks into money, great. But truthfully, I think WWE has a better offer to give them. More money, a better opportunity, a better chance to shine, better production. And I think overall they'll be used. Less nepotism, less jealousy, less shitty booking based on feelings. We can't book FTR to beat the Young Bucks. They'll cry. They'll be upset. So we'll just bury one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world. So I think Dax is in particular, he's doing his podcast. I think he's doing a very good job of saying things without committing to things. I think he's hinting at his displeasures with AEW, but he's also not full-heartedly endorsing WWE. He's gone on the record hoping that, Punk and the Elite can work their issues out. By the way, in the ring, I don't know if I've ever seen this before, but they are stretching John Moxley with his head between their boots like a vice. I don't know if I've seen this move before. Holy shit. John Cena commercial. There you go. Yeah, Moxley bleeding is far less surprising than a John Cena commercial. Okay, Moxley back up, dumping Vance to the outside. Vance, Mance. Do you want the Usos to face? Who do you want? In a perfect world, to be honest, Damien, like back to Victor's question, I mean, if I know the timing's probably not going to work out, but I mean, if FTR could be available to fight the Usos at uh, WrestleMania, I'd be all for that. If, and that's a strong if WWE is transitioning away from Sammy and Roman and the rivalry there, and Sammy's not working himself into a triple threat, I could absolutely see him teaming with Owens. Now, Owens has been quiet since the beat up. Sammy's been running around outstanding. We got one more show before we get to Elimination Chamber to see what will happen. So we'll see what they bring on Friday night in Montreal. Crowd's going to be live. Everyone's seen the clips of Sammy at the Montreal Canadiens game. Oh, there's Paige still watching. Now let me ask you something. All right, ask me something. Out of the people Hunter resigned, who's actually over right now and in a proper storyline? Juicy question, JV. I'll come back to that in a second. Remind me if I forget, but we can play that one a little bit. Fightful Select was reporting Matt Cardona is on his way back to WWE. Listen, that's been rumored for quite a while, Damien. If Fightful's now reporting it, it's a good chance. By the way, Claudio has a chain on his hand, pounding the living hell. I agree with Taz. No one! Yeah, it's probably the easy answer. I don't disagree with you, but we'll get back to that. Yeah, Cardona, he's been playing. He trolled everyone during Royal Rumble week, making everybody think he was going to be in the Rumble, including me. Another big fist. Vance is just gushing. Uh-oh, he's bleeding and getting a swing. Uh-oh, he's going to have to tap out like Jericho. There's a good friggin' pace to that helicopter, actually. There you go. Only got, what, 8, 9? Moxley is laying on the ground, bleeding like a stuffed pig. Roosh breaks up the count, tells the crowd to be quiet. Bray. No, Bray is in a pickle. Juice, I don't think we can use Bray as a defense. But over right now, I mean, it's been tough. Gargano's been a flop. Dexter's been a flop. Elias was rebranded. That's been a flop. I think they're going to package him with Boogs, which I'm okay with. Big kick out by Moxley. Holy shit. How are they going to follow this match, folks? Wow, that is a substantial amount of bleeding. Bray's not in a good spot right now, and he's been quiet. I don't know what the next thing for Bray is. Hopefully, I mean, he's not scheduled to be at Elimination Chamber. So that is interesting. So we'll see what Friday holds. Is there something happening? I'm starting to get a little bored with my buddy Bray. After marking out for 2 years about this guy coming back, I really don't give a shit right now. He needs to pull me back into this. KJ White and Big Nig. What's up, John? What's up? Sure, Nick appreciates the hello as well. BCC as trios champions. Well, now we'll see what happens. Oh, shit. Jose just chucking a chair. That's not nice. Follow this match with Reach for the Sky. Oh, I think you saved that for a little bit, Victor. But, Yuta taking out Jose. Jalapeno. Vance has been coming into his own. Kind of, sort of. Not really yet. I didn't expect this type of match, though. Holy shit. Rush is great. I agree with you. Rush is great. Rush was a good signing, and I really wish Tony was able to do something with Rush and Andrade. Um, I mean, you had Dragon Lee right there, and you didn't sign him. And now we know he's going to NXT. Roosh is just stomping the shit out of Claudio. Could you see the BCC become AEW tag champs? Listen, AEW is currently treating their tag division like Vince McMahon. That's the truth. They're not doing a whole lot with their tag team division. So, yeah, you want to make these guys tag champs and put them in some matches and make the tag team division matter a little bit more. That'd be wonderful. But the tag team division, the trios division, the women's division are all lacking any type of intrigue, any type of story, any type of solid angle. This shit with Soraya and Tony Storm is awful. I can't believe the librarian's been in wrestling for as long as she has, and she can't even take a bump convincingly. Like take a shot to the back and just fall down. Couldn't pull it off. Wow. Moxley just choking the shit out of this man with a chain. So I'm imagining this is over and it turns it. Wow, that was unnecessary. It's over. Moxley utilizing the chain. Cuckoo Katami. Goo Katami. Where's Nick when I need him? I'm not doing it. It was a chokehold. Oh, Scypian, Butcher, Blade have Paige in the back. Hola. How are you? How are you? Hangman Adam Page jumped backstage as he was. Yes, he was, Victor. Now we know Kip is supposed to be taking on Page tonight. So we'll see how that impacts things. And Moxley just flipping the bird like a kid that just figured out it was bad. Anyone got that little nephew that just can't help it, can't help it? That's Moxley. I might have to blur that for YouTube, to be honest. Hi, what's up, Jews? What's up? Or probably not to me. Let's be honest. Me gusto. Based off who was number 2 in betting odds in the Women's Royal Rumble, I'm going to predict that Raquel Rodriguez wins the Women's Chamber tonight. Tonight? You're predicting it tonight or it's happening tonight? I'm just fucking with you. Right now, we got JR sitting down with Wardlow. What weird storytelling this has all been. We'll get into that in a second. Raquel's definitely got an option. I don't know if she's going to win it. I don't know if I feel that strongly about Raquel taking it, but I would like to see Raquel go back to being kind of heel Raquel, angry Raquel, less smiley Raquel. I really do expect a little more, but yeah, we got Liv in there. I think Asuka's the favorite. I'd like to see Asuka, if anybody, then like a creepy, evil Asuka kind of harassing a babyface Belair. I don't think Belair's championship's going anywhere anytime soon. Kip Saban looks like 2/3. I like that you said 2/3. I like it. What's up? Oh, look at this. Busting out the Spanish. I mean, Saturday. No, I got you, Dave. I got your back. Yeah, I think the women's elimination chamber is a little more interesting. And I honestly don't know. Any one of them could kind of come out of it. I'd be really surprised if it was Carmella, but now that I said that, it probably will be. Tends to be the jinx around here. Yeah, no, we'll see. JR should take Wardlow under his wing, and he can be like Dr. Death was supposed to be in 1998 before his ass got knocked out. Out! You guys haven't seen that, go look that up. Popped. Yes, I agree, KJ. The Raquel that beat the crap out of Rhea Ripley in NXT. Yeah, I mean, make her a badass. She is a badass. When like her heel, even when she was hanging around with Dakota, and even when that first broke up, and she was like shoving Dakota in lockers and denting shit. She was essentially the female version of her boo, Braun Strowman. She was like just a big badass that didn't take shit from nobody, didn't have to. No smiles, just come out and kick people in the face. And I mean, you got a baby face. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Reach for the sky. Up next, you were right. Whoever said it in the chat, I think JV might have said it. Somebody said you're going to follow them 3 matches. They're not messing around, folks. Here comes Mark Briscoe. I love it. I love it. I love it. You said it, Victor. Thank you. I should have known. All right, so I will take predictions on this match. And why is it, Mark Briscoe? Woodsy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right. Now we got Mark Briscoe setting up in the ring. All right, all right, all right. There we go. There we go. My shit not working properly. Got Mark Briscoe for the win. Yeah. WWE. There you go. Mark Briscoe for the win. What? Sharice even throwing what's out there. There you go. What? Yeah, exactly. Redneck Kung Fu. Let's go. Listen, I'm thrilled to see Mark Briscoe in a ring. I'm thrilled that, somebody came to their goddamn senses and they let Mark Briscoe on television. And here we go. I'm looking forward to it. I really do think that Mark should be going after Claudio. Mark wins. Mark wins. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to bet against Mark. Mark Briscoe. I can't believe I was right. Okay. Davari and we got help. Penta and Phoenix come out to help Mark Briscoe. Who saw that coming? There you go. Lucha Bros for the save. Mark doesn't even understand. Who booked them? Oh, Josh Wood was right. But that's it, folks. Keep that chat coming. Keep it alive. And I see a lot of people tuning in right now. Keep it going. Come say hi. Don't be scared. Josh Wood screaming at the camera, but don't be scared. We're covering a whole lot of wrestling here at the Wrestling for Life Network. And back into picture in picture. So AEW has given us 3 interesting matches. I mean, 2 out of the 3 solid bookings. The tornado match was pretty good, even though it wasn't what I expected. It was kind of out of left field. But and now this match, Mark, we're not wasting any time. Before we even get to the hour mark, we've had a lot of wrestling. And considering their, the big bad WWE, their competition as they see it, give us a whole lot of commercials. This has been good. This has been real good. I like it. Yes, I've seen it. Definitely seen it. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Wow. All right. I'm just going to, hopefully none of that's rude. If anyone knows Spanish and it's rude, let me know so if I can delete it. Boo. Should have been FTR. I don't know what's going to happen with FTR. Dax recently said, we're kind of missing wrestling. Tony, if he wants to book us, So I found that kind of interesting. There you go. Victor nailed it. Dick Van Dyke revealed as the no. Okay. Jack here spoiling everything, including Dick Van Dyke. How do you do that? Pause. I'm a huge fan of the Lucha Bros. I love the Lucha Bros. Uh, I like them both. I'm a bigger fan of Penta. I like Penta. I like his personality. I like his charisma. Um, Dark Penta, Black Penta, whatever you want to call the other side of Penta. I mean, Penta's been really, really good, and he's a great heel. I thought when he was doing the heel side of things, kind of giving Cody a hard time, and you had Abrahantes would do the, Penta says. I thought that was money. I was really disappointed they didn't play into that more. Of the Penta says it's amazing. Someone turned on the SAP on your chat. Huh? Pause. What? It's all good stuff. Just telling her I don't know Spanish, and there you go. Yeah, JV, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's all good stuff. They're just okay, good. Why Lucha Bros for the save though? John, listen, that you can file that under all the other shit that we're not quite sure how or why we got there. Um, yeah, why would they save Mark Briscoe just because they like him? Because they had a history with the Briscoes? I guess. It's not what I expected. I mean, I probably would have listed off several other people prior to saying the Lucha Bros as a save for Mark. But I guess that's one way to fight everyone off. So, what's up, Bobby? What's up, Bobby? How you doing? But yeah, weird. Like anybody's like, I can't be the only one. I know John is, but it was a surprising turn. But Mark playing to the crowd, they're loving it. Whoa. Woods to the floor. I like it. And listen, we all talk about what an amazing wrestler Jay was. But I think at times Mark gets a little bit overlooked. He's the quieter of the two. And I mean, I can't imagine what he went through over the last few weeks. And I mean, still dealing with it, obviously. And of course, and his nieces are still making a recovery. And you know how close him and Jay were, how tight they were. But Mark is doing really well last week and this week. Again, the spotlight's on Mark. He's not sharing the spotlight with his brother. And I know he'd give anything to have that back. But under the circumstances, it's just it's nice to let Mark shine. We didn't just move on past him, or he was forgotten. He's still a highly talented. Oh, Razor's Edge. But yeah, no, I mean, he's an outstanding talent. He really is. You got to give him credit. So close. There you go. Going for a roll up. Ooh, close again. Close again. Two. Josh making it a battle, folks. Woods jacking him into the air. Not letting it happen. Not letting it happen. What is the main event tonight? Shit. I mean, the way they've been booking this, Kip and Hangman, Cage and Jungle Boy. Or the triple threat for the ladies is probably the main event, to be honest. Britt, Ruby, Tony. That would be my guess. I don't know. What do you think? No, did not see that. That was on Dark. Huge elbow, and it's over. There we go. There we go. Let's push him towards the title. Let's go. What's up, Mega? How you doing? I completely agree. Big win. Good match. Josh Woods, no slouch. Guy that has a resume to his own right. Mark with a big win. Big elbow. Fans love it. Mark saying, Jay, I love you, boy. I'm going to carry on. Outstanding. I love it. VHS Express. Is that the same as the other J? Did you just shorten your shit up? From the garage. Great match, says Joe. Welcome back, Joe. Reach for the sky. There we go. Huge win. I'm happy about that, folks. Adam Cole sitting down with Renee, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, saying how wonderful he is, how happy he's feeling. Adam Cole, baby. I'm thrilled to see it. I'm actually happy Cole's back, and I just hope he stays away from the Elite. I really want him to stay away from the Elite. Super Bowl watch party still on your news thing. Just letting you know. Thanks, Juice. Sometimes we stick them in multiple places until we're tired of them. So, pause. And yes, no, I appreciate that. Where is Adam Cole, baby? Oh, here is Adam Cole. We found him, Bobby. It's all about the bone. Okay. Great match. The problem is the main event could have been the trio. Yeah, I mean, we've talked before about the interesting booking, right? Like, I mean, when you format a show, when you front load it for the fans in attendance and for the fans that are watching the whole show, it's an interesting decision because we watch the ratings dip most weeks. They have trouble maintaining the audience from start to finish. That would be a big reason why. I'm the face of VHS. Okay. The other one's a heel. There you go. Somebody tell TK to bring back Andrade. Do you want the list? Like, anybody know where Hobbs is? Anyone know where Miro is? Anybody know where Andrade is? Like, you did tell Andrade, if you punch Sammy, I'm not going to fire you. So he did. He's still here. What are we doing? It's nice that KC Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year. Bobby, I agree. Mostly because I picked them and I got to gloat. Here comes the D-bag. He's on his way. Cole versus Briscoe versus Claudio versus Woods. Fatal 4-way for the Ring of Honor would be a great match. Yeah, just a lot going on there. I just Briscoe versus Claudio, and if it leads into a Briscoe versus Cole rivalry, I'm all for it. Keep it simple, Clinton. Keep it simple. MJF is where, yeah. Nick's probably walking around the apartment with nothing but the scarf, to be honest. Right, Nick? Probably just the scarf. Here we go. Andrade injury is still recovering. Yes, he did get surgery. But, I mean, let's get him back. Let's go. No, kayfabe injury. No, he put out surgery pics, so I'm assuming he will be back sooner than later, but we don't know. He has a strained relationship with AEW, and the man pretty much seemed like he was trying to get fired all week long, or all month long. So they finally put him on the shelf. Turns out he needs some work on his knee while he was off. And here we go. I don't know how we got there. Oh, wow. MJF, boo. All right, now let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What are we feeling about the MJF promo last week? His story of driving into a tree, not wanting to get in trouble, putting someone else in the seat instead of him, with blood rolling down his face and the taste of pennies in his mouth. Yeah, people called the cops. Whew. Now, people say wrestling's fake. Yet a lot of people phone the cops. So I'm a little confused because I think the man did his job. I just didn't get the promo. MJF makes me sick. MJF, boo. Whoo. Let me tell you something about MJF. If it was the 70s or 80s, they would have. I'm thinking about it. But listen, I think if it was the 70s or 80s, MJF would be a solid heel. He's got that aspect down. MJF's Clinton, I can't click on that one, buddy. Damien says MJF is great. Mike says MJF best heel ever. I like this debate. Good question, Victor. Where's Nick on this one? No, listen, MJF was on fire. And it is my humble opinion that his booking has watered him down. But MJF is in the building. Remember, he was contractually obligated to be here this evening. What would you do if you received a threatening telephone call from Jim Cornette? Me? What would I personally do? I would love it. I would stream it live. Threatening? Jim Cornette's not threatening. He just talks tough. He's old. I love Jim. Jim's kind of how I ended up on this shit. But Jim calling to threaten? What's he going to threaten? I drive to fucking Louisville. He can threaten me to my face. We'd probably get along. Look, they're booing him. Now you're supposed to hate him, so he's done pretty well. I mean, again, the problem is, and I think VHS has just pointed it out once it pops up, but there it is. Yeah, a little too much so. John said it as well. There's no real story. This is the problem with the storytelling. So you have Danielson versus MJF. They're mad at each other. There's a gripe there. It ties back to Regal. Good story. Long-term storytelling. It matters. He's getting the STFU chance. But yeah, you have that. You have bad guy versus good guy. But then all of a sudden, I mean, we're putting Brian through the fucking phases of hell or whatever he wants to call it this time. So MJ, Brian has got to go through all these W's. But in the meantime, all of a sudden MJF's beefing with Takeshita or Takeshita. Sorry, Nick. Yeah. But yeah, I like it takes you away. So when you say, John, there's no real story, there is a story. But all this is MJF telling promos or cutting promos and eventually and Brian having matches for the most part. It didn't make sense. You don't like Brian's in the ring showing everybody what a badass he is, and the camera's in the back showing MJF and Takeshita fighting. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. The MJF promo reminded me. I got that one. Devil worshippers. What is happening? What if MJF retains against Anderson and after the match we get Switchblade Jay White challenging the world title? Ooh, that'd be an interesting one. I think MJF is going to retain against Danielson, just for the record. I would be surprised if Danielson beats MJF. I really do. But Jay White's got a mouth on him. Jay White can go. And Jay White, I mean, you might have to try and back him off cursing because even compared to Moxley, Jay's got a horrible dialect sometimes. But I'm all for Jay White landing somewhere like that, Victor. I mean, Jay White getting involved. He's been in AEW before. It's then what happens, right? Who'd win a promo battle? John Cena or MJF? MJF. Cena's good, but not. He's produced good. You know what I mean? Like he comes with a production value. MJF's better just from the hip. I think, like anything else, is if you beat the drum too often without substantial story behind it, you're just yelling at the camera. And we've seen it. So it starts losing its excitement, right? Instead of MJF in the back fucking around with Taker, I think there's better chances where he's fucking with Bryan. And it should be a case of at every turn MJF gets the better of the situation. At every turn, MJF gets one up on Bryan. So by the time we get to Revolution, everybody is dying to watch Bryan kick his ass. Everybody, you just brought up Jim Cornette. Perfect example. That, Jim Cornette didn't get beat up on television every single week. We wanted to see him get beat up all the fucking time, but most of the times he squirmed out of it or ran away or hid behind his bigger bodies. So yeah, that's kind of what you need. You need more of that. Why is Christopher Daniels being introduced? Why is this happening? One of Daniel Bryan's longest rivals. Okay. So did we need a 3.5-minute promo prior to Daniels coming out? Because that's going to be another 3.5 minutes. We're going to get a little long here. We're going to get a little long in the tooth, I think. Seems like there's two true homegrown champions, MJF, Hangman. They really kind of forgot that the road to the title is only half the trip. MJF versus Hangman. It's probably next and a natural way to go. Yeah, I could see Paige heading towards MJF. They want him to be the real pure baby face, and I just don't know if Hangman has it in him. I don't know. MJF paid me an obscene amount of money. All right, to talk shit about Bryan. That's a weird thing to do. Keep the money. Fuck it. I heard the police thing was debunked by MJF. Oh, like nobody called the cops? I don't know. What a weird situation. But it wasn't him that reported it, so I wonder. MJF would win versus Cena in a promo battle. I agree. Like I said, Cena's really good at being polished. Right? To me, again, Cena is different than some of the other guys that were really known for their promos. And not that he couldn't do one, but he was very good with knowing what the script was going to be. Daniel was double champ in WWE, by the way. Okay. Yes, he was. Kind of think Danielson should have the added stipulation on him that he is banished to Ring of Honor if he loses. Wow, Dave going broke. Why though? I mean, I still want to see Danielson here. I know it forces him into Ring of Honor, but that's not terrible. But no, I think you need to better utilize a guy like Bryan. I think Brian's been a little bit hot and cold, up and down, underwhelming at times. So there's MJF just unimpressed by everything. You figure Christopher Daniels is about to get beat up, right? Poked in the eye, maybe. What's up, Jake? How you doing? How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Go check out Jake on our Discord. Jake's hanging around there all the time. Go say hi. Go make friends. And every once in a while, we pop in. So go to our Discord. Go to our Instagram. Go to our Twitter. Go everywhere. Like, subscribe, join, be a part of the fun, folks. They need a big exclusive name to sell Ring of Honor brand. Do you think Brian's going to do it? Apparently, that was Chris Jericho was going to do it, Dave. They were going to get a TV deal because of Jericho. Meh. Chris Jericho got the TV deal over like he's done with every other superstar that he's gone up against. Not at all. All right, so I don't know why we're getting this. How do we feel about it? Raquel Welch? No, sad. Okay. Sorry to hear that. Promo battle, Seth Rollins. That'd be a good one. That could be good. That's a one that could go back and forth, I believe. Fallen Angel. Holy shit. It's Christopher Daniels, blind from one eye. Is. I believe he is. And that was a wrestling injury, I do believe. Tell me he did not just say that. Son of a bitch. MJF is full of you know what. Now, the interesting report about MJF recently is a lot of, I wouldn't say, oh, shit. Yes, no, he injured. Oh, that nut kick from MJF, the way he throws that nut kick, and it's a little like Charlie Brown pop. There's something funny about it. Danielson was a double champ. Yes, absolutely he was. And here comes Danielson. Speak of the devil. And there he goes, running away again. See, you need more moments like this and less more moments where you're clogging up the story. When you're mucking up the waters and it's not a clear angle, a clear issue between two men or women, I think you lose the plot. That's why people are like, it's not the greatest of stories. It's been all over the fucking place. It lacks good writing. There are several guys from AEW roster that could literally be used to rebuild the Ring of Honor roster. There's multiple, Clinton. They got lots kicking around, including some people that have been hanging around with Ring of Honor for quite a while as well. AEW Dark as well. Let me correct myself on that. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, they have all the chance in the world, but I really, 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 really think Ring of Honor should be the Friday show. If you want to do Rampage, put fucking Rampage on the Honor Club. I think you could do a better job giving us a solid Ring of Honor show for 1 hour in that Rampage spot that doesn't suck. So now we're getting a promo from the Ass Boys that I don't really care for. Good segment. All right, Dale liked the segment. I don't know. It's all right. Yes, he is. Supposed to be. I like it. When are we getting Fight Forever, JV? Shit. I have no idea. This is one of the funniest things. And part of me thought that once, WWE released their edition, that maybe, I know they're saying it's delayed, but maybe you don't want yours being released at any proximity near that, because from what I've seen, it pales into comparison. So that's, your guess is as good as mine, man. It could be months. I have no idea. Boom, 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 boom. Remember the time Daniels called out AJ Styles for open fight night in TNA, and Lazarin came put dressed as AJ and Kazarian. I'm following along here. AJ impersonator was on the spot. Yes, I mean, you're going back a while. But, yeah. Let me tell you something about something. This Tony Storm Page angle reminds me of who's the third man. Listen, the angle with Tony Storm and Page is shit. It's bad. It was accidental. It's not good. And Paige, since coming back to wrestling, is not good. She's not good. I don't like her promos. That segment last week was embarrassing. And if it's a pre-tape backstage and you filmed that and you watched it back and you're Tony Khan, who has to see everything, who has to touch everything, if Tony Khan sat in front of that segment on a monitor and said, all right, we're going to insert that in segment whatever, then Tony Khan should hold his head in shame that he allowed that to happen. That segment was fucking atrocious. It was bad on every regard. Wow. And by the way, if you guys want to make a prediction, Jungle Boy getting right on Cage, and we're seeing Cage every week. It's like weird. Like Tony falls in love with wrestlers for a few weeks at a time. Then they're there, then they're not there. I don't know. DMD versus Ruby versus Tony, the main event. Yes, it is, Victor. We'll see if that can hold the audience. I'm really curious. MJF is chicken shit. Got that one already. It was great. So Jack liked it a lot. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little jaded on the whole thing. Why are they having a triple threat? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of built where Ruby's in the middle. So I'm assuming it's in the main event tonight. Ruby will pick a side, maybe. Like by the end of the night, Ruby will be team Saraya, I bet. If I'm a betting man, that might happen. Yeah. Let's be real. I don't like MJF, but he's a good heel. Then he's doing his job, Jack, and that's what he's supposed to do. You're not supposed to like him. My measure or my question becomes, is he doing good heel work and we hate him for it? Or is he a douchebag and we want him to get off the TV? Last year going through, even when he was away last year, it was undeniable. MJF was one of the best in the entire industry. He still is. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's just been softened. Like, it's not the same. They should have rode MJF hating Tony Khan and being a miserable prick for a while. And if they got some cheers out of that, so be it. But he should have kept shitting all over Tony Khan. But they changed it up. Then they flirted with him being a baby face. Never a good move. They did that with Paige. They've done that with others, where they just always conflicted. I'm so conflicted. Oh, what do I do? Who do I bet on? Oh, just be a heel. Just be an asshole. You don't need to have all these feelings. The son of Luke Perry. Yes. Jumpin' Jack Perry. June for Fight Forever. All right. We'll be here live. Somewhere between May and July. All right. Do they mean the Ass Boys show? Yeah, pretty much. They don't like that, Bobby, but that's essentially what they're telling us. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm not good with it. Jack Perry versus Brian Cage now. Yes, it is, Victor. Get your predictions in, folks. See a bunch of you hanging around. Let me know who you're taking. Jungle Boy for the win, says Dale. Brian Cage. Oh, there we go. Keyshawn, gotcha. About to lose another match. Yeah, you're booking him a lot. He's losing a lot. It's weird. I feel they should release the game around All Out. I think they should fucking release the game before 2025. That would be wonderful if they would just release it. Keep talking about it. Fuck, how many renditions of the cover are they gonna see? And I was in a fucking GameStop and I actually got to see like the coming soon game. It's been there forever. And but it's the case with CM Punk on the cover, which I thought was hilarious. I wanted to buy the display. Jungle Boy versus the Machine. I don't like the Machine so much. So the Jungle Boys got quiet. Luchasaurus went missing. Christian outworked himself into vacation. I don't know what's going on. Jesus Christ, boss. I really should read these before I click on them sometimes. Prince Nana, what do you know about shrimp cocktail? Prince Nana. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. We'll see what they do with Ring of Honor. I imagine we're getting a lot of Brian Cage and Nana, and well, we haven't seen the authors of Punishment. I know that's not their name, but we haven't seen them in a while. Swolverine my ass. I don't pause, Bobby. Pause. What are you saying? Brian Cage, the guys, is on so much roids. Accusations, JV. Accusations. I cannot confirm or deny, but if I was a betting man, Brian Cage for the win. Oh, Damien saying he's due. Jungle Boy for the win. Jungle Boy should win, but Brian Cage can't keep losing. I'm with you guys. I think Jack Perry needs to take a loss here. Especially because he's gigantic. Lag. How dare you? Watch your mouth. No, I'm just kidding. Serena Deeb is not Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb is not exactly WWE because she was only there for a few months. Valid. I like Deeb. I think Serena Deeb is one of the most technical, talented women in the world. I think if you had Serena Deeb with the right manager, the right heater, then you have an opportunity to make Serena Deeb an outstanding heel. Unfortunately for Serena, she just her mic work is still, it just comes off uncomfortable. It comes off unnatural. If anyone's seen otherwise evidence, I'm all for it. But I love Serena Deeb in the ring. She just can't cut a promo. So if they found something to do with Deeb, I'd be super happy. Define a good heel. All right. Well, that's a fucking solid question. Bobby, I mean, you're looking for a guy that's going to generate heat. Or a girl. You need the audience reaction. Like, perfect example. We just talked about the Ass Boys. Well, they're heels. People don't like them. Yeah, but they're not getting a reaction. They're not getting a sufficient reaction. MJF, great heel. Why? Because what he says gets the crowd to react. He cheats. He's a douchebag. He is a chicken shit. We've called him all types of things. And when he does it well, people hate him. Even when he walks into a building and they start cheering him, he can turn them. He's good like that. But you need your heel to be devious. You need him to dig in. You need him to be believable. And you need that person to be over as a heel. But more than anything else, exactly the same as a baby face. You need, wow, crucifix bomb. Wow. Wow. Sorry. Stop me in my tracks, folks. Tree. Twaziem is over. So Brian Cage is officially the biggest jobber in wrestling. Physically the biggest jobber in wrestling. Jungle Boy with the win. So I take an L on that one. Edge is played out, boss. Yes. And they're almost, that was the risk they were running into with Cody, was if you keep sending a guy to the ring and giving monologues, would we get sick of it? And the answer is yes. And Edge, we got sick of it. Again, we know Edge is at the end of his. Look who's back! Speak of the doubles. I just said it. Get out of my head, Tony. He still has a sling. The fuck did he do to his arm? All right. Lucha's got it. Where is he? Oh, shit! All right. So, Christian. All right. Take the sling off now, sir. All right. So, wait. Do something. Speaking of a good heel, yeah, Christian's back. Where's Lucharoo? Where's Lucharoo? Kill switch. Yes. I've got you, KJ. You want me to define a good heel? Go back and watch Freddie Black. You're going all the way back. I mean, yeah, Blassie's a good example. And if you have no idea who Freddie Blassie, well, no, there you go. There you go. No, I mean, you look throughout history. I mean, Flair was an outstanding heel. The Four Horsemen were great heels at times. And again, what really helps a good heel is a good baby face. And I mean, without good heels, look at the Iron Sheik through the early 90s. I mean, with all the tension that existed in the real world, and you had, red, white, and blue Hulk Hogan chasing down the Iron Sheik. That's good shit. Sergeant Slaughter going heel. Good shit. Fucking confused everybody. But those, if you want to go old school, perfect examples. Kurt Angle was a great heel. The three eyes pissed everybody off. But you have to have yourself in a place, and being a heel is not easy because you need to be hated. You don't want them to want you to go home. They need you around. Jim Cornette will go down as one of the best heels in the history of wrestling from a personality standpoint. Maybe not an in-ring standpoint for obvious reasons. But again, the guy's just naturally a heel. So he rode that fuck you attitude that he has. And all you wanted to do, people would buy tickets to watch Jim Cornette get beat up or put in a dress or smashed in the head by a phone. People loved watching a good heel get their ass kicked. Piper's another great example. Right? And then finally, when the heel got his comeuppance, fans lost their fucking mind. Oh, we're getting a replay. I thought, are they still beating up Paige? We're waiting on an update on Adam Page. If you're just tuning in, Christian is back. And he maced Jungle Boy. So I guess we're heading towards Revolution. Most likely get Jungle Boy and Christian down for it. Baron Von Raschke, the Claw. There's a good one. Man of few words, but again, you think back to all those, and again, in those days, it was like shit. Like the bad guys, you got to watch out for the bad guys. They'll fuck you up. They ain't playing around. How many commercials is John Cena in? George the Animal Steel, a favorite as a kid. But yeah, George was a crazy man. Dude, Eddie Guerrero made Big Show look like gold as a heel. I mean, Big Show choke slammed Eddie through the top of his lowrider. He turned Big Show into a monster heel. Absolutely. And I mean, Show might not be the best example, Clinton, just because that man, he bounced back and forth so often, right? But you look, yeah, once Sammy and Roman right now, and everyone's going to say, well, Roman was over as a heel before. But remember, we got that real long stretch where Roman was like kind of, people were kind of cheering. Oh, shit. The best thing in wrestling's here. Oh, shit. Here comes the bloodline. We love them. They're funny. Aren't they great? And then Sammy got popular. And then Roman turns on Sammy. Sammy turns on Roman. Now he's even more of a heel. Now Roman's getting all the heat. He's not getting some cheers. People, they're not even giving him the obligatory, like, oh, he's pretty cool cheers. No, they're like, he's getting it hard now. He's eating up that heat because Sammy's so over as a babyface. Everybody wants to see Sammy do well. And the man in his way is Roman. Perfect. Works very well. Hangman Adam Page versus Kip next. Yes, that's the rumor. We don't know. Hangman's been possibly taken out. Here we go. Go watch the Dudley Boys Heat Wave 99 promo. Oof. Listen, there's a whole list of things. The Dudley Boys were great promos, great heels. The Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. Again, that guy was a heel in and out of the ring and backstage as well, as from what I've read and heard and learned. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm old school. You can't get me started on old school wrestling. JV, I love it. And I listen, I'm with you on the old school. I really am. But I try not to look at. Sometimes we watch the old wrestling, and sometimes I turn it on. And I'm like, fuck, this is not as good as I remember it. Other times there's shit that still plays really well. I find it funny with a lot of the older guys, the Cornettes of the world, who are like, tune into this. It was outstanding. Yeah, not all of it was. Some of it looked like shit. Some of it was boring as fuck. By the way, we got the Elite here playing with their balls again. Pause. The trio of woo woo. Bubba Ray Dudley has always been a great heel. Thought he was wrestling's best heel in 2013. Yeah, listen, and even the transition into Bully Ray, Dave. Oh, all right. So now AR Fox and Top Flight have balls too, and they want a rematch on Slam Dunk. So is this the Bucks plan? We'll just keep having matches with young teams. Wait, was that a flicker? What was that? All right. I don't care. Like, to me, this is cop out shit. Victor, we got teams like fucking House of Black kicking around. People were talking about already with seeing the Lucha Bros back. There's other trios, other tag teams not being utilized. The Bucks gave up on the tag team division when they stood on a podium 4 years ago and said it was going to be the best tag team division in the world. And then they got sour and fucking stomped their way out of the sandbox. And the tag team division's been all but forgotten. And now, are they actually going to play basketball? I really hope the fuck not. Demolition? You needed Demolition. John, Demolition they did wonders for the Road Warriors. Here comes Hangman. Hollywood Hogan, a perfect example of when he first went heel. He was so arrogant, obnoxious, and full of himself, kind of like now. That no, without question, still it will go down in history as one of the greatest wrestling moments of all time. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, but when Hogan dropped that leg on Macho Man, it was over. And when he's standing in that ring with Mean Gene and the outsiders, and they legitimately, Cutter. The fans were throwing shit. You want another great example? If you haven't seen it, Google Matt Cardona goes to GCW when he just appeared and won. And literally, some of the fan footage, people say outlandish shit. Like, I don't condone it, but people say some crazy, crazy stuff. They were willing to kill Matt Cardona that night for beating Nick. Like, that is a heel moment. I love those moments. Moose, finally, Josh Alexander wins the world title. His kid's in the ring, his wife's in the ring. And Moose says, I'll be taking that. Wow, perfect shit. Perfect. But the only way any of that works is if you believe in it. And that's why it did not work with the Ass Boys. Nobody believes in the Ass Boys. Nobody feels like they deserve it. And if someone out there does, I'm all ears. But they don't, and they shouldn't. You didn't build them up properly. So when they won it, without the heel turn of Billy, it didn't matter. All right, Kip showing off how pretty he can flip. Baseball slide. Penelope running a little bit of interference. Paige not having a good day at the office. Eddie was hell of a heel when he feuded with Mysterio in both WCW. Listen, Eddie was an outstanding heel. Do you remember when he legitimately dug into, like, okay, everyone got over the fanfare and then he just started being mean and miserable and cheated? But it wasn't like, I lie, I cheat, I steal, this is hilarious. No, it was literally cheating all the fucking time, and people got mad at him. He was great at being a heel. He really, really was. Right? Triple H, to me, one of the best heels ever. A guy naturally, you can't have a nose that size and not naturally be a heel. but he was naturally healed. And there was times that fans loved him, but it didn't last long because he would turn on them and he would do outright horrible shit to your favorite wrestler. Oh, you guys like uh, The Rock? I'll be right back. I got a sledgehammer for him. Oh, you guys like Mick Foley? I'll be right back. I got a sledgehammer for him. And the more baby faces he fucked up, the more you hated him. It's how it's supposed to be. Midnight Express versus the Rock and Roll Express. A classic one, Jack. Right? And again, the Midnight comes along and they can match the Rock and Roll Express to an extent. And they had their own charisma and their own attitude. And we talk about those classic rivalries, right? Like, and by the way, just if you're keeping up to date and anyone tuning in is like, this guy's completely lost track. Paige, we're in picture. I'm getting a commercial for Carl's Jr. Actually, I lied. Vital Proteins. Ew. But yeah, no, Paige is in some weird submission right now, in picture. But yeah, again, with any of those classic, like, oh man, they were so over as a babyface, it was because there was somebody opposing them that made the story really great. And I think this whole debate started about MJF and Bryan. And Bryan is just not currently being painted as, the poor baby face that can't get over this guy. It's just like two-step, like, here's this baby face working on this path, and eventually it leads to the heel. The heel's just going to run around and be mouthy and tell everyone how much they fucking suck and what a fucking, douche he can be. And there's not really that weaving story of, that constantly one-upmanship. And like what we saw tonight was meh. Like, I mean, the segment was okay, but it wasn't like, Bryan almost had him. No, you got to build more intensity. You got to build more, you got to pull more heat. I'm pulling Christopher Daniels out of the back. Didn't do a lot for me. Again, you're putting a lot of pieces on the chessboard that don't need to be there. Yeah, I don't care. I will be here live, though, Victor. Now that we are in a commercial, I will remind everybody, and we do this all the damn time, folks, we will be back tomorrow for Impact. Myself, Luna Havoc, will be here. And yeah, Mr. Every Night will return to take on Thursdays. I told you, folks, we're taking over Thursdays. And we got some other plans that are coming up that are a little interesting. So stay tuned for that. Myself and Luna will be here to take you through Impact on what will be considered the eve of a crazy weekend coming up. We got a whole lot to talk about and get into over the next few days. But we do have Impact. Then we have the doubleheader Friday, SmackDown, and Rampage, where we will, remember, Rampage is going on at 7 p.m., SmackDown going on at the usual 8 p.m., and while I'm sitting here talking to you fine, beautiful people here tonight, let me just check the calendar and see if I'm missing anything. In the meantime, do not forget, circle it on your calendars. Saturday, we get Elimination Chamber live from Montreal. Sammy takes on Roman, 2 Elimination Chamber matches. Lots to talk about. It's going to be a fun night. Our Saturday night streams are crazy. And we're also getting Battle at in the Valley. Lots of intrigue. Lots going on there. And I can't wait. And there's also a GCW card that we're considering hanging around for. That will all be on a how do we feel basis. What else? I'm just double checking. Friday. Jimmy Lloyd's all grown up. All right. No, I think we're in the clear. So Friday will be a doubleheader. And then Saturday will be at least a doubleheader, folks. So you're not going to want to miss out. Keep everything simple by clicking the little bell, and that will tell you when we're going to pop up. Because if there's any breaking news, we got interviews coming your way. We just locked down a couple interviews from a couple GCW alum or current GCW mainstays might be stopping by the channel, so we're looking forward to that. Predominantly because Nick, but and the wild woes of his mouth. But that's why we love him. Adam Page picks up the win, by the way. Yeah, All-Star Weekend. So, yeah, I don't know. Hangman looks pissed. Yes, 7 p.m. Keyshawn, they better not. They better not. Interesting. John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta are on their way to the ring. Does anybody know why? Like, this is interesting. All right, we don't have unfinished business. Interesting. Interesting. So Moxley basically saying, I got your number, you suck. Dropping a little Vince McMahon on him, you have no chance in hell, sir. Can't beat me, join me. Is that what he's hoping for? Why did generally babyface Moxley bring friends? We're getting a Moxley chant though. The tube. There you go. 50 likes on the night. We appreciate that, folks. That is amazing, by the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Paige going for a last man standing match at Revolution. I love that answer, Victor. Outstanding heel. Mr. Wonderful was an outstanding heel as a kid. And he's the type of heel that it's hard to get your comeuppance because behind the mouth and behind the cheap shots, there was a jacked human being that was willing to go toe to toe. So he was outstanding as a heel. Join the Dark Order. What is happening now? The Dark Order is still in the fucking company? Uh-oh. Paige is pissed off at the presence of the Dark Order. I would be too. How do you feel about this? This is so weird. He just told Paige to get out of his face. One last time. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Uno just pushed. What the fuck? Who saw this coming? And I don't like it. So what? Next week we get Uno versus Mox. Moxley having a bit of a. All right, all right. DMD for the win. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, Danielson used to be. It's a loose membership. It's a loose membership. Texas death match at Revolution. So Moxley says Texas death. We're gonna get a Texas death match at Revolution. Whew. Yeah, and it looks like that will be on tap for one of these coming weeks. Now, I personally don't like it. I personally don't like Like Page doesn't want the Dark Order's help, but he doesn't have any help. Speaking of not liking things, here comes the Jerk Off Society. Woo! Mr. Fuji, another great heel manager, that's for sure. AEW gives me really early 2000 TNA vibes. At times, they really do. I agree. I love Jericho. Me and him were born in Winnipeg. Mega. Glad you're a Winnipegger. I love Jericho up until recently. I have completely soured on Chris Jericho. This rendition of Jericho is hard to take in. I think, listen, he's a legend and he's a Hall of Famer. Yes, I cannot take that away. He has some of the biggest moments in wrestling in my lifetime that I go back to and think, wow, what a really cool wrestling moment. But the last year, maybe two, of Jericho has been disgusting, has been putrid, has been bad, has been just ridiculous. Other wrestlers are making fun of the fact that he is just draining the heat off everyone. What are they calling him? The clout catcher, the clout something. It's become an inside the industry joke that Jericho is literally, draining the heat off of everybody. So yeah, but welcome. The Brain will go down as one of the best, if not the best, heel managers ever. March 5th. Okay. MJF versus Bryan. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. So weird how we just did this side tangent of giving Darby a belt to take it off him. Really confused by that. Man, Jake the Snake, again, Jake will go down in history as one of my faves of all time as far as Jake the Snake as a heel in the 80s was outstanding. Outstanding. Moxley versus Uno next week. Tag Team Battle Royal next week for Revolution. So, you never book your tag team division. You barely book your tag team division. And then you decide, oh shit, we need a tag match for the pay-per-view. Well, let's just have a battle royal. So we're going to have a tag team battle royal to decide who's going to fight for the tag titles. And again, that's a lack of storytelling. Jesse the Body was great. He was good as a babyface and heel. Dug in. He was good, though, especially on commentary. You just, when you have somebody playing it straight, like Vince trying to play it straight and Jesse's just praising the bad guys, it was amazing. It's what Corey Graves has been trying to do for 5 years and yet can't find a suitable opponent to play it straight properly for him. Said it the other night. It fucking kills me. There's Corey losing his mind, making valid points, and all he needs is someone to say, oh, come on, Corey, you're crazy. And the little English man sitting next to him goes, and on Friday, we're going to have SmackDown. That's it. That's all we got. Didn't even fucking respond. Poor Corey. Strong booking to begin with. The what of the rest of, for the rest of the show. Yeah, John, listen. It's not bad. Like I said, I think what we see out of Tony sometimes is just inexperience. A guy that's trying to learn. And again, when you are trying to run something, when you're trying to run a company, when you're trying to run a show, when you're trying to run something, you can't always be worried about everybody's feelings. And I think that's one of the biggest downfalls of Tony, because I feel like Tony is manipulated and pushed. Like people are the genius that is Tony Khan. Not really. He'd be a genius if Dynamite was getting 1.5 million views every week. He'd be a genius if, the shows were doing better, that you didn't have the standard core audience that you had from the beginning. I'm not discrediting him. He's learning. He can be a genius. But the people praising him because he's got a big, giant, fucking fat wallet is ridiculous and untrue. But yeah, the strong booking, I think it's just inexperience at times. I think he can learn, and it's just you put things in the wrong place. And back to my point is when you have like you're worried about everyone's feelings. Oh well, the Bucks want to go on first, and so wants to go on last, and so you start shifting things around to try and make everyone happy, and it gives you less of a product. When you should have booked FTR versus the Bucks, you didn't because of feelings. So that hurt your company. When Andrade and Sammy keep beating each other up and they can't get along, it hurts your product. And we've seen lists of it. When Eddie Kingston's not being booked because of whatever reason, it hurts your product. When you are making decisions, when you put Jericho in the main event for 5 weeks in a row or 4 to 5 weeks because somehow he's going to help you get a TV deal, yeah, you got to make sure you're listening to the right people, and you can't take everything into account. You got to be able to sit there and go, this is what I think's best. This is what I think the direction should be, and be able to be brave enough to push forward on your vision. And outside of that, if he's completely peachy key and thinks this is great, he just doesn't know any better. And he has nobody around him, from what I can tell, telling him, ooh, Tony, that could be better. Everyone just keeps saying, great job, Tony. Can I have some more money? He's like fucking Al Bundy at the beginning of Married with Children. Way too much TV time for him and everybody else. When Jake sick Damien, there's still a classic moment. Legit, as a kid, got to see a snake bite another human being. And nobody wrote letters. Nobody's parents needed to speak to the manager of the TV network. We just watched a snake bite a man on national TV. Fuck it. We're doing it. Stokely hurt his arm. What was that? When is Jade actually going to be in a feud? Never. They're going to keep spot booking her to 100. That's my answer to that. I completely think that's the way it's going for sure. Bibbins with one half a private party. Ethan Page and Matt Hardy in his favorite Tiger shirt. Just picked up at Walmart last week. Looking good, looking sharp. Vance Rawlings, Jericho. What about Jericho? Ted DiBiase. As far as heels, Jericho used to be a good heel. Jericho was a good little pain in the ass, especially when he was young. Definitely had ways to get under the babyface's skin. Was always cheating, always finding his way out. Shit, do you guys remember when he won both titles from The Rock and Stone Cold on the same night, and everybody hated him for it? It happened. Ted DiBiase was great. The kick in the basketball will always go down as a classic moment, right? Dribble the ball and then he kicks it. It was a good one. Yeah, I agree. But Jade's not losing. I mean, they're just going to keep spot booking her. And here we go. The main event tonight, after all the shit we've seen tonight. The main event. Saraya accompanying Toni Storm in a triple threat match as she will take on Ruby Riott, Ruby Soho, Ruby Soho, and a lady that we were extremely excited that she signed with AEW. We were pumped. All right, Ruby signed. She's going to do great things. And it hasn't panned out. It really hasn't. So, unfortunate for Ruby. Unfortunate for us. Saraya. This is adorable. So, Saraya and Tony spray painting another victim in a fucking horrible knockoff of the NWO. At least NWO convincingly knocks somebody out. Ruby coming out to the ring, still just making faces. I'm hoping for Ruby, but I have a feeling by the end of the night, Ruby is going to be team Saraya. I think. But this Toni Storm, Saraya being bullies, like they just pulled a fan out of the crowd. I hope the fan hits her with a European uppercut. It confuses everybody. And the Doctor will see you now. And the number one female wrestler in all of AEW comes walking out with the same old attitude, the same old chip, and an outstanding entrance to go with it. The Doctor will see you now, Mr. Cole. Lazy booking as usual. A little bit. But Vance, is it lazy or is it just like is it simplified? Like for myself, I know Nick's on here, CJ, when we were breaking all this shit down, I mean, it really has a fucking like it's just simplistic and childish a lot of cases. So in one hand, it gets really confusing because you have these men bleeding all over each other, but then their angle is kitty and silly. You have Paige with this heated rivalry. He wants to have a death match. Now, it wasn't his idea, but he wants to have it out with Moxley. But here come the Dark Order to fluff everything up and get in the way. And again, instead of two guys finding a reason just to be mad at each other, it gets convoluted really quick. Now, Ruby rolls up Tony. Britt with the super kick, and Britt and Tony. Oh, no. All right, Ruby showing no allegiance as it stands right now. We'll see if that holds up over the next 12 minutes or so, folks. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I know we say lazy booking a lot, and I don't want to harp on this because this is all coming from an AEW fan, folks. I'm a fan of AEW. But it's just, it might be lazy, but I think it's hapless. I don't know that Tony Khan has the same maturity of somebody his age that did not have the upbringing he had. That's my take on it. I don't think he has the same grip on reality. I don't think he has the same understanding of the general public. Oh, people are going to love this. I don't think so. You keep booking what's in your head, and it doesn't always translate out into great ideas. And we've seen it time and time again. And if the guy writing the show and responsible for greenlighting things has a simplistic view of wrestling or a simplistic view of psychology, doesn't really truly understand things like disappointment, then maybe it's hard for him to write. Maybe he needs some help. Maybe the people around him should have more of a say. Maybe you need better producers. I don't know what it is. He's got a lot of good parts. Everything that he has on his table right now, if you look at all these wrestlers, look at all this talent, he could put out banger show after banger show after banger show, and we'd be fine. But it's not sport based. It doesn't feel sport based the way they said it was going to. And then you just add in a lot of hot shotting, a lot of spot booking. Spot booking does not make you the booker of the year. You cannot continually spot book and say, I'm good at booking. It's not it. It's not how it works. That's like going to the driving range and smashing them out and saying, I'm a great golfer. It's a difference when you get on the course. Next week, Tag Team Battle Royale winner gets added to the Fatal 4-Way Tag title match at Revolution. Why? Do we really need a fourth team? Anyway, that's me being critical. The Ultimate Warrior was hated by everyone because he didn't care about the sport. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Ultimate Warrior. As a kid, as a wrestling fan in the days of kayfabe, solid kayfabe, all you knew was the psychopath that came running through the rope, running through the curtain and sprinting to the ring, and then shaking the rope so hard you thought the ring was going to snap. That's all we knew. Internally, he was hated. Apparently, he was difficult to work with. He was a fucking meat stick. He was an absolute fucking dumbass. He was arrogant and ignorant, and he was a juice monkey. So what more can you say? However, we come to learn as we grow up that outside of the ring, he was even worse than that. He was a racist and a bigot and a homophobe and a whole bunch of other things that he shouldn't be. So he's a tricky one because as a kid, I wanted Ultimate Warrior to beat Hogan every possible time. I was definitely a Warrior guy, but then you realize his career was like, combined total of like 14 months. It's funny. It's a weird one with Warrior. But as a heel, never really was an in-house heel. Gun Club versus Anthony Bowens, Matt Caster versus a mystery tag team will be determined for a fatal 4-way. Yeah, does that not feel like last-minute shit? So if you already have this angle, the Ass Boys hate the Acclaimed, and Billy, we don't know what's going to, Billy's kind of involved. Maybe he turns, maybe he doesn't. Would you not just build that story to Revolution? This is what we're talking about lazy booking or short-sighted booking or inexperienced booking. I don't know what you want to call it, but doesn't it feel that way? Like, am I wrong to say that, folks? That it's just a matter of shit. You could do a little bit better. Um, like you got all the way up to Revolution. You haven't had a pay per view in months, and now you're about to go to Revolution. You're shit. Let's just grab some tag teams because you let your tag team go to shit. So it becomes lazy booking. It becomes almost reactionary booking, right? There's no plan. There's no long-term plan. Why isn't there a board with fucking lines and you can figure out, okay, we're starting him here and we're starting her on this story and it's going to arc here and then this person's going to fade into it and keep it linear. Keep it like every other fucking movie, TV show, anything, book that you've read, cartoon that you've seen. Pretty simple, right? You got the good guys, you got Gargamel. Make it fucking work. Simple, right? You didn't have fucking the Smurfs running off and fucking, fighting the next village's bad guy. No, they kind of stuck it out with Gargamel most weeks, right? Let's figure this out. It's funny how the AEW is ending the show with a triple threat just like WWE did. Tucci. Not a bad shout. I didn't even connect those dots. I feel bad for the women, to be 100% honest. I believe they're talented. I believe they're good. I believe they deserve solid booking. But your audience is sitting on their fucking hands right now. And tell me if I'm wrong about that. Tell me that the audience is not sitting on their hands right now. 100%. Why? Because they just saw fucking chaos for an hour and 45 minutes. This is anybody, not just ladies. If this was a triple threat with 3 mid-card guys it's just tough to finish off the night when this match is just anticlimactic compared to a tornado match or MJF running around, or it just is. It's unfortunate. We'll see what they do, but it's again, if this opened the show, everyone's excited. Why not give the ladies the best chance? Well, KJ did lose ratings if they opened the show. Well, that's not. Ooh, then what do we do about that? That's a different problem. That's one big storm. Okay. Good point, Keyshawn. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, Keyshawn. That's pretty solid. Boss Man was a great heel. I mean, when he was dragging someone's fucking coffin around, that was pretty fucking good. No, Boss Man Bubba was always a great heel. I mean, as a kid, he was a staple of, the bad guy stable. Like he was always on the other side of the docket. I'm trying to think. When I young, I mean, brief stints of him being a baby face. Still, one of the craziest things ever was the Hell in the Cell where they hung him. All right, so Brent and Tony exchanging forearms, getting some obligatory yays. Now, here's my question to the AEW fans. You want a good women's division. You want the women to be used. Right now, everybody in that building should be standing up, even if they're not enjoying the match. They should be losing their fucking minds. Because that's what the boss is using to determine whether or not, or how much airtime they give the women. If the women are going to be put in this position, again, it's unfortunate. I'd rather the audience sit on their hands than have a Paul Rubens moment with people having their hands. Fair enough. The great baby faces are the Von Erichs. Von Erichs were great, and they did need, you look at kind of what they went through. They became legends, especially, in Texas. But they needed good heels to push them, and they had quite a few of them run through there. DMD can wrestle. Yes, she can. I'm a big fan of DMD. Soraya's in the ring. Who's that? Oh, Hayda takes a DDT from Storm. Saraya hits a move. The crowd's booing. They're not impressed. Soraya's got the fucking spray paint. Are you watching this? Are you seriously watching this right now? Andre the Giant surprisingly was a babyface for a long time. Did you all catch this? Did you all catch what they just did? Ruby throws Tony into Saraya. And Ruby gets a roll-up win to end your show. You did call it. You did call it, Victor. I thought she'd be more decisive. Jimmy, Justin, yeah, Ruby won. Why couldn't that be me? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd be okay. All right, so Ruby having a meltdown now, sick of them all arguing. This is kind of anticlimactic. Ruby looking at the title. She wants the title. This is shite. This is badly acted. This is shite. And this is a terrible way to end your fucking Wednesday show. Nobody cares. Not one person in the fan right now standing up chanting Ruby, Ruby. See? Oh, I feel bad. Look at these scores 6.5. Folks, if you're new here, we take a rating out of 10 for all the shows. So you can let us know what you thought of the show out of 10 as we head towards Revolution. Not too many Dynamites to go. I believe today's the 15th, 22nd. Yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. So 2 more episodes of Dynamite before we head towards Revolution. I mean, shit. It was again overbooked. Everybody was looking everywhere. Nobody was looking at the ring when the fucking roll up happened. Like it was just so quick. That's what you open. Actually, you probably bury that in the middle of the first hour and spread out some of the fucking bangers you had to start the show. She looks like Tina from Bob's Burgers. That is a true story. I think she's even acknowledged that, JV. Shawn Michaels can play both a heel and babyface role. Yes, but Shawn was a better babyface. Yeah, again, it's all how it works. I mean, we saw Austin in his. I mean, that might be a bad example. Not a lot of people liked Austin as a heel. Rock was a heel and a babyface. All the best, all the elite ones have been both. John Cena is the exception to the rule. Right? Undertaker was a babyface and a heel. Ric Flair was babyface and a heel. Triple H, like everyone took turns. Angle did both. 6.5 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Aye. All right, Boss Monster. Is there more to that sentence? The whole show was shit. Justin not having any of it tonight. Brah, look more excited from Power Slap. I'm not watching this, but yeah, no, it's intense. 5 out of 10. Wow, agree. 6 out of 10. 7, Jack's a little more generous. 5 out of 10. You're such a good guy. I had to subscribe. Thank you, Mega Chronics. Thank you. I appreciate the subscription. And remember, it's not just me. I got a couple pretty faces up there and a couple other pretty faces that do help out around here. I will be back tomorrow with Luna Havoc, and then I will be back on Friday with Big Nick. And, it's always a good time when the dynamic duo gets together. But, yeah, no, I appreciate it. Tell all your friends about us, guys. This channel is about to turn 1 year old on March 2nd. We will be 1 year old. We're just a baby. We're going up against people that have been doing it for years, and it's been a crazy year. We're really happy with how we've done, and it's all due to fans like yourselves. 5.5 out of 10. Dumpster fire out of 10. Daniel, welcome back, buddy. 3 out of 10. How many matches did they have? I feel like there was 7 or 8. I feel like it was 7 or 8. We had the tornado tag. We had Mark Briscoe versus Josh Woods. We had the Acclaimed. We had an 8-man tag to start the show. I'm not going through everybody. Wardlow and Jungle Boy, Triple Threat, and Sabian. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches, unless I missed one. 7.5 out of 10. All right, a little more generous from Bobby. 4 from Mike. Briscoe match is the only reason this is not a 0. Wow, guys. 6 out of 10 from Mega. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'll make some videos tonight and upload them to this channel. To this channel? No. The BCC and Rush, the Briscoes match. Jungle Boy, and the Kip Sabian match, and the main event match is 5 matches. I thought there was more than that. Did I not read off another couple? Close, JV. You missed a couple. Dusty Rhodes is a heel. Yeah. I mean, even Goldust is a heel. I mean, initially Goldust was a heel. He was androgynous and it made people uncomfortable. I mean, him up against Razor, against Scott Hall. That was outstanding because Razor was supposed to kind of be the heel, and he had that heel persona, but it ended up flipping because of the dynamic. Dustin Rhodes is a heel even in WCW pre-WWF days. Yeah, I mean, Dustin's a natural, and him as a heel. Cody Rhodes is Stardust is a heel. I mean, we've had moments. So wait, sorry, I completely sidetracked. So the slap thing is not just a slap thing. Like, these guys are in the house. They're slapping each other in the house. The fuck is this show? 8 out of 10. 8, Chris. Woo. I may see y'all at Impact tomorrow. Bobby, hope to see you there. Thank you. The booking goes back to my earlier comments. Why not have the BCC and the night? 100%. And then you could have tied it all into, like, the conversation they had with tie it all back into the conversation with Paige. Maybe they come out and then they have that conversation, then it bleeds into the main event. I don't know. But you got too many moving parts. You got too many people mad at other people. And again, you just have to sit down and break your show up into fucking segments and figure out what segment. Every segment's got to have a purpose. So when you look at it and go, okay, all this shit's going to happen. I'm going to book 19 people in this fucking segment. And people are going to come from everywhere. And all this is going to happen. The question at the end of that plan for that segment is, what does it mean to my show? What does it mean to my company? How does it move me forward in an entertaining fashion? How does it make people want to tune in next week? And the one thing you can't do is spot book, because people know they can catch that on the other side. They don't have to tune into a whole 2-hour show to catch the spot booking that you want. If you're just a Mark Briscoe fan, you can watch that later, just that match. 5 out of 10, Vance. All right, okay. First hour of AEW 8.5, and then it just started going down. Absolutely, VHS. I completely agree. So I am a little disappointed to see all the low scores here tonight, because I really think if the main event wasn't so fucking putrid, the rating would be better. I honestly do. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that show was moving along pretty well. 6.5 from JV. Paul Heyman goes down as, like, again, just a natural heel that understands what to do. He gets psychology. And if you understand what pisses people off, if you understand how to get under their skin, and if you can understand not giving them what they want, and I'll give you a perfect example. And I know I'm getting long-winded as we end towards the end of tonight, but there's still a few people kicking around. But John, with Heyman, and you talk about being able to pull that story, you know what the fans want. You know they want Sammy, but you watch Paul kind of stretch all this out, not give you what you want, and make you wait. And we're still not going to get what we want. We never got it before with any other time. Oh, maybe someone will beat Roman. Nah, just the tease. And I mean, we saw that the Acclaimed. They almost win the belts, and everybody loses their mind. And then the fans are like, oh, they should have done it. And Tony hears all the negative backlash. And the next chance he got, here's your belts. Do you know how much better it would have been for the Acclaimed and the heels if they made them wait one more time? If that next show where everyone's like, okay, they're going to get it now, they're going to get it, and you bust out a bunch of false finishes and they lose, keep them going, keep them wanting more. That's how you build a solid baby face that you want to see triumph, and a solid heel that won't let it happen. Scott Hall and Kurt Hennig in AWA. That's going back. I like it. The old Scott Hall pictures blow me away, though. Doesn't even look like the same guy. Just a little bit heavier in the face, the mustache, looking like a fucking Magnum PI. 28 days away from WWE 2K23 comes out. That's why I think Fight Forever is hiding. I don't think they want any comparison to that video game. Dustin Rhodes versus Swiv on Friday. We will be here live for that. Yes. Why was I timed out? Justin, you were not timed out, at least not by me. I do not believe that you were timed out, Justin, but I don't know. Maybe you just blinked. Another week and still no House of Black. That's the fucking problem with this. We end the show with that triple threat, and it's fucking hot garbage. And you could have done such a better job sending everyone home. I felt the same thing last week. The Ass Boys walking out of Dynamite with the belt hurt the show, hurt the product, hurt the fan experience. Listen, after the MJF promo, the plane took a nosedive. You might be accurate. Ivan Koloff, when he ended Bruno's reign. There's a moment. There's a fucking moment. I'm going to start posting promo. Dude, all right, great. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow just get announced for Revolution. Yes, that was announced tonight. We knew that was coming. They were setting it up. The interviews were setting it up. It was just, again, another weird fucking story. Joe cuts his hair. Joe then goes and fights Darby for a couple weeks, loses his belt, gets it back. Why? Why all the side shit? Right? Like, it doesn't make sense. 8 out of 10 from Sonic. So Sonic feeling more generous than most here tonight. I'm going to give the show... You're losing points for the main event. You're losing points for a lot of the stuff in the middle. Like you said, after that back half, what really happened? That was, I mean, we had a couple long promos. There's the BCC again out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going 6. I think, you know what? I'm going to give them 5. I'm going to give them, they got 1 hour right tonight. Half of the show was wrong. I'll go 5. Unless plans are for House of Black to show up after the Trios title match. I don't know what the fucking plans are. And to be honest, Justin, my fear is this. The House of Black shows up and they lose. The Bucks beat them. The Bucks go over. And unless you have a fucking plan, and it better not be another 7-match series because that's just indulgent as shit, you better have a plan. Because if the House of Black show up to fight the Elite and they lose, then they're right back down to the fucking bottom of the totem pole, not being used, not being written for properly. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says, guys. I've listened to a lot of interviews of the genius that is Tony Khan. Tony Khan. You guys have to start proving it to me. He has to start proving it to me. And he doesn't have anything to prove to me, really, but I'm a fan. I'm one of the guys that promote the show. I'm one of the guys that talk about the show. I'm one of the guys that buy your pay-per-views, join your memberships, want to get your fucking monthly boxes. I'm one of those guys. I'm in your key demo. What are you doing to appeal to me? Tonight was all over the place. It was sporadically written. It was poorly formatted. And for that, you get 5 out of 10. It's just all over the place. But you cannot continue. Miro, House of Black, Andrade. There's too many people that never became shit. Ruby Soho, she lost in the abyss. Trying to figure her out now. Jamie Hayter has been completely overshadowed as champion since she's been champion. Prove me wrong. Let's talk about it. Jamie Hayter, and I know my boy Nick loves Jamie Hayter. She's been completely underutilized. She got herself over enough that they gave her the belt, and since they gave her the belt, they don't know what the fuck to do with her. And she's just in the background. She is a sporting cast as champion. Do you guys remember when the champion played second fiddle to people? Not often. Wardlow doesn't need the TNT title again. Well, I mean, they had him. He was white hot. And, I mean, this is not the matchup for him because people love Joe. Like another guy, he got his own organic fucking pop. He got over with the fans. He got love from the fans. And there you go. He is over. All you got to do is fucking book him properly. Give him the belt. They gave him the belt. Now he's just going to come out and smash shitty mid-card heels. And then when you get this, by the way, this slap shit, all they're doing is fighting in the house. I have no idea what this show is. Well, I do, but you know what I mean. But yeah, and another good example, just the majority of the crowd was out of it last week and this week. Why? Because of all the scatterbrain booking over blading and then various boneheaded decisions by Khan. Listen, I'm a fan of AEW. I really, really like AEW. I just want it to do better. And again, this is a perfect night where you had a lot of good pieces. Would I have changed a couple of the matchups, maybe inserted a couple people that I missed, like Hobbs? The Book of Hobbs. What happened to the Book of Hobbs? Where's Hobbs? Right? Can we use Hook more? Can we use other things more? I mean, Christian pepper spraying. Jungle Boy was all right. I mean, I feel bad because I think Mark Briscoe coming out, his match was okay. Pretty happy with it. Pretty good match. The 8-man tag to start the show was fucking all over the place and overbooked. It's a tough one, guys. It really is a tough one. AEW, the pay-per-views are too long. Do you agree? You guys have been here. Yeah, they're too long. Again, that's another example of Tony not being able to filter, not being able to control the narrative. Sorry, EC3, but when you want to make everybody, so-and-so didn't get a match on Revolution, book them in here. And we've seen it time and time again. Last pay-per-view, we were praising him. All right, smaller card, this is going to be good. And then the last 2 days, he announced like 15 matches. We're like, what the fuck's he doing? You can't have a 5-hour show. When CM Punk won the title, which should have been a fucking huge deal, a lot of the fans in the building and a lot of the fans on our stream, including us, were exhausted. All right, he won. Good night. Like that was it. When you book wrong, when you don't format properly, when you don't understand your audience, even when you do something good, you miss the mark. There was a glitch on the screen during the backstage. Yeah, you noticed that too, right? And their balls, the glitch was House of Black. Okay. Taking a little page of the Bray book, glitching up a little. It also looks like they're going the route of Billy Gunn turning on the Acclaimed at pay-per-view. Justin, the problem with that is you fucked it up already. It doesn't make sense for Billy Gunn to not turn, then turn. What do you have, a fucking epiphany? He knew what he was dealing with. These are my kids. These are my friends. I guess I'm going to choose my kids. Fuck my friends. That should have happened. That's how they should have got the belt. And then what you do is from now until Revolution, the Acclaimed are mad at Billy. The Acclaimed are mad at Billy. Billy comes out with the ass boys and drains all that heat because the fans are devastated, pissed off, and bothered that you ruined something they like to cheer about. Now we can't scissor as much because you fucked it up. You suck, Billy. We want the Acclaimed to get their belts back. And then you go into fucking Revolution, the Acclaimed get their belts back, and everyone rejoices. That's how you do it. It also would have helped the ass boys walking out without that ruse, without that big fucking heel moment. They just walked out and the crowd was like, all right, I guess we go home now. It's kind of like how tonight ended. Oh, that was stuff. Bye. Remember, we just listed out here tonight for 2 hours all the fucking amazing heels and all the moments where you can think of fans throwing glasses and cups and trying to get to them. Shit, you hear the old timers talking about people jumping over railings trying to stab them. Real heel heat. Real heel. What happened tonight? You didn't help anybody. Nobody walked out of that situation going, oh, I can't wait to tune in next week and figure out what Ruby's going to do. No. And your champion was a valet for this. Dick the Bruiser. Yeah. Luthez. All right. Thunder Rosa was mad they didn't know how to use her. Exactly. Again, because when it requires more than just here, we'll book you in a match and you're going to learn. Again, think about UFC fighters. You think about boxers. You talk about good boxers all the time. Guys come and go, women come and go that are good fighters. But it's the ones that had charisma, the ones that could grab a mic. Why the fuck do we care so much about Conor McGregor? Because not only does he, was he lighting everybody up, he talked shit while he did it. And that's what you got to be able to do. Thunder Rosa needed an opportunity. You need that story that, these guys really hate each other. Thunder Rosa's got beef with so-and-so. They didn't know what to do with her. And that's the problem. When you have as much experience as I do booking shows, and then everybody tells you what a wonderful job. Tony Khan is right now the equivalent. You know the kid that shows up at American Idol and all his fans, family are around them. And they're like, you're great. We love you. Such a beautiful voice. Songs from an angel. And they get in front of the judges and they just shit the bed and they sound like a fucking awkward crow. That's what that is. That's what Tony Khan is right now, is he shits the bed. And then when he goes back out to his family, they tell him, you did a great job. Jericho and the Bucks all gather around. Wonderful show, Tony. You did wonderful. No, your voice, beautiful, beautiful. Never missed a note. They're just jealous. They don't know any better. That's all this is when you don't have the right people around you, you don't get better. You don't improve. You just keep doing the same shit, think you're wonderful. And after a year and a half of listening to Jericho and Tony and guys like that talk about, like Jericho, that's Jericho's problem. Jericho believes his own fucking hype. And he's the only one singing it. When the people in the industry are starting to come up with cute nicknames for what you do to people's careers, then people are paying attention. Wow, I'm on a heater. I noticed the hater was put on the back burner. Yep, same thing with Rosa. All TK cares about is how much money he can steal from people. I don't know about that. I don't think that, like, it's funny, but I don't think it's that, because I think he's giving away more money than he's getting, and it's not about stealing. I think he very much wants people to love his vision, but he is Richie Rich. He doesn't connect. So is Luchasaurus going to come back? Yeah, probably at Revolution. I don't know. We'll either he'll be a heel or he'll reunite with his little buddy. If they reunite him with his little buddy, everything else he did was stupid. And if he's not injured or hurt and you just left him off TV because Christian wasn't around, well, that's fucking stupid too. I don't know what we're going to do with that. This show sucked. I'm tired of Mox bleeding. Everyone's tired of Mox bleeding. It's not special anymore. Your forehead is made of paper mache. Can we move on? You don't need, like I said, I thought a tornado tag match was a tag match that did not require tagging. I did not know it was a no DQ, everyone's going to bleed match. I did not know it. Who do you think Jamie Hayter will face at Revolution? Ruby Soho. In a nothing match that is more about the angle and Soraya and Britt. That's what I think is going to happen there. Jamie Hayter should have left Britt's shadow. Again, another example of we're gonna turn. No, we're not. We're gonna turn. No, we're not. Remember they did that with Wardlow for like a year and a half, 2 years. Gonna turn. No, he's not. Gonna turn. No, he's not. Gonna turn. No, he's not. That indecisiveness fucking drives fans nuts. In a day and age, especially when people's attention span is like this in 2023, you really have to be solid about your story. It's fucking Squid Games. There was no deviation. They just gave you like this fucking straight to the point of what was going to happen. And when that happened, everybody tunes in. The ADD turns off. They focus, monofocus. Oh my God, what's happening with the squid? And you make it trendy and cool. That's what Tony's lacking is you're not just stepping in solid. And that WWE might step in the wrong direction sometimes, but they step solid, right or wrong. Tony's fucking Adam. Everyone's just emotionally distraught and torn. Take the emotion out of it. Fucking make it just visceral and fucking real. I want to be a bad guy. I'm going to go fuck some people up. I want to be a good guy. I'm going to go do this. This is crazy. Vince McMahon-esque. It is becoming Vince McMahon-esque in the sense of booking for yourself and not booking for the audience. Kevin Dunn and Bruce Pritchard talking. Yeah, exactly. Exactly why Vince had those people around him for that reason. Tony Khan is a kid on the block. Is that kid on the block that only had the only one that had the G.I. Joe U.S. flag play set, and no one else could afford it. And people, but I do believe Tony is also the type of kid that would say, "Hey, do you want to use it? Do you want to play with it for a little bit? I don't care." Like, I will give Tony credit. Like, I mean, we've heard lots of stories of generosity, lots of stories of, what he did for Brody Lee's family, what he's done for the Briscoes, what he's done for others. So I don't want to shit on the guy. Like, I mean, fuck, I'd love to meet the guy one day, shake his hand, pick his brain, see what I'm missing. But I think my criticism is on paper, his resume is the same as mine. And you have all these people telling him what a wonderful job he's doing. And it's caused everything to stay status quo. Some people don't like ratings, but they don't lie, KJ. Ratings are a tough one now in 2023, just with how it goes, but it is a very good indication of when every week you see a drop off near the back end of your show. Tonight's a perfect example. When we cover the ratings or when we talk about the ratings, there's going to be a quarter to quarter drop off in the second hour for sure. And not many people are staying around for that main event. You got to book something in your main event that you can advertise ahead of time that gives people a reason to tune in. And in the opening of the show, midway through the show, and other little pieces, you remind everybody why we're paying attention for the main event. Why are we waiting to see the main event? And you don't do that. It's very very spot booky, very clunky. Yeah, they were teasing Hater's face turn forever and it never happened. Yeah. And now when it does, you're like, should have happened before. Yeah, got that one. I think Tony is turning into Vince McMahon, which is booking decisions. And listen, he's definitely got some qualities, and it's hard not to become a Vince McMahon. I mean, I give him credit. He takes great pride in his company. He wants to do well, and just it's like anything else, man. You got to put good people around you. Good people push you, and if everyone's just collecting their checks, and you can't tell me right now, Jericho is one of the smartest men in wrestling because he became Tony Khan's best friend, and look how amazing it was for his career. Chuck should have been the one that helped Billy's. I like that. On that phenomenal note, I'm going to pack it in, folks. I could talk to you guys forever, but an extra 25 minutes tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. I love doing a solo show once in a while, though I miss my boys and my friends, but you guys all kept me company. Do you think Tony has too many people in his ear? Yes, 100%. And we'll revisit that later in the week as well, Justin, but I completely agree that that's the biggest problem. He's a nice guy, but he's young and he's impressionable, and I don't think he has the equivalent maturity of somebody at his age normally would. He couldn't. And no, it's not an insult. He just had a different life. It required him to mature differently. And now he's in rooms with guys like Jericho and the Bucks, and they're going like, come on, Tony, do our way, Tony. And he just wants everyone to like him. He's Richie fucking rich. Please like me. I will spend money on you. Please like me. And that's how the show gets booked. And that's why things are out of order. That's why Jericho's on this fucking show, every fucking show. If he's not fucking up a segment, he's on commentary, is the way it is. But that's less of a nice note than I was leaving on. But ladies and gentlemen who are still tuning in, or if you're watching the recording, this is the Wrasslin for Life Network. I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White. We will be back tomorrow with Luna Havoc to cover Impact. It's going to be a fun Thursday night, doubleheader Friday, and a crazy weekend ahead. We got so much going on, folks, and it's not going to stop. More content coming your way, more wrestling, and nobody. You might see other watch-alongs, watch parties, fucking live streams. They look like us sometimes. They try to be us, but they ain't us. Nobody grinds on this level, watches this much wrestling, and as fun as you get it. Other than that, folks, I will see you on the flip side. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.